This is PBCTV, your channel for county programs and services. Join us as we celebrate improvements to communities throughout Palm Beach County, including groundbreakings, ribbon cuttings, new services, dedications, and more. This is PBCTV Presents.
You guys don't know me, my name is Mike Trim. I work in the mornings at Channel 5 and Fox 29, but I always like to introduce myself as being a Navy veteran. And that's the most prideful thing I carry with me in my life. To see these smiles here today, to see friends, veteran friends, people that support veterans, it means a lot to not only me as a veteran, but how could I say no and not come and join this important milestone for the Village of Valor. Finally, we have the groundbreaking happening. I just want to say thank yous to who is here and who's going to speak. You're going to hear from Palm Beach County Commissioner Joel Flores. You are going to hear from Commissioner Maria Sachs as well. Roy Foster, he doesn't like the limelight, but we are going to hear from him here at the podium. He is the man for Faith, Hope, Love, Charity, Inc. and Stand Down House. You're also going to hear from Joshua Maddock, the Executive Director. You're also going to hear from Kathy McKeno-Leipsitz and also Deputy County Administrator Tammy Fields and many others. But why are we here? And the reason is there's going to be two big buildings here, but who are they going to house? Veteran homelessness is still a problem, and some people might not, sometimes it kind of goes by the wayside, but as a Navy veteran myself, world's greatest Navy, by the way, served on the greatest ship in the greatest Navy, it is a different universe between military and civilian life. Even if you serve in peacetime, if you went over in the most peaceful time and come back, when you get out of service, it is a different language in civilian life. You're used to using acronyms and rank and you get out, and sometimes people get lost in the shuffle with that, and before you know it, it can spiral in a hurry. And veterans are a prideful group, men and women, and sometimes we don't want to ask for a hand, not somebody else. I'm not that bad, and then before you know it, you do need some help. And God bless men like Roy Foster and his team that see that need in the community and not just wait for people to come to them, goes out and finds homeless veterans and gives them the helping hand up, the step up that they need. Because sometimes it's just that little bit that you need, and then that military kicks in. It's like, okay, I remember how to do this. I went through boot camp. I went overseas. I was on a ship. I was in a command. So from the veteran community, Roy, just can't thank you enough for the things you have done. The smile says 1,000 words, and to see Roy smile like that, it is very special. First up is going to be Commissioner Joel Flores, our first dignitary to speak here today. Commissioner Flores.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I get started, I want to recognize some people. Here we have Commissioner Marcy Woodward, who joined us. Thank you for being here. We also have our County Administrator, Joe Abruzzo, who's also with us. We also have Commissioner Maria Sachs, who I'll have the privilege of introducing in a little bit. But man, I'm super excited about this. I'll tell you why. First of all, I am a veteran myself. I spent 15 years in the Army. I did a tour in Afghanistan. I came back home to Palm Beach County in 2010. And I understand the struggles of our soldiers when they come back. I remember I had a job interview, and after the job interview, I thought the interview went great. I'm like, oh, I think I got this job. And afterwards, one of the persons that was interviewing me walked over to me, and she gave me sort of a hug, and she said, "Are you okay?" And I think that's when I realized that I don't think a lot of people understand what veterans go through, and that transition back into regular life. And not everybody is as fortunate as I was to come back in one piece. And I see a lot of my buddies and my friends struggling. My same age struggle with either pain or PTSD or whatever issue it is that they're struggling with. But when we have the community that comes together and work on a project like this, and I understand that this has been a very long time coming, so I applaud you for your dedication, your perseverance, and actually starting this project. It might have taken a long time, but I strongly believe that the impact that we're going to have in our community and our veterans is something that is deeply profound. It talks about who Palm Beach County is, what we stand for, and what we're going to continue to do together. So I have some remarks about this project, so I want to make sure that I hit on those. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. As a veteran, today's groundbreaking holds a special meaning to me. Village of Valor is more than just a housing development. It's a commitment to the men and women who have served our country and to the families who stand behind them. Village of Valor exemplifies Palm Beach County's continued commitment to expanding affordable housing, accessible housing for all of our residents. These homes will serve families. These families earning between 30 and 80% of the area median income, with a special focus on supporting veterans and families. Situated right here on 2nd Avenue North, this development is more than just housing. This is a powerful example of how our county can invest in a meaningful, lasting solutions, which we are extremely proud to support. Some of the highlights of this particular project is 54 units within 2 mid-rise buildings, 26 2-bedrooms, and 28 3-bedroom units. It's going to be gold certified under the Florida Green Building Standards. They're going to have a community pool, Energy Star appliances, basketball courts, which I'm all about. I don't know if you can sort of see my black eye. I tried to clean it up a little bit, but that's playing basketball. I caught a loose elbow on Monday. But basketball and pickleball, I play pickleballs every Tuesday. So if you guys want to invite me once you guys have the ribbon cutting, I'd be happy to come play with you guys. Outdoor and interior fitness equipments. So I want to extend my appreciation to Village of Valor LTD and Palm Beach County, our Department of Housing and Economic Development, and anyone else for making this possible. As I mentioned, this is a long time coming. I'm extremely proud of it. But today we reaffirm our commitment to long-term, sustainable, and service-centered housing. Together we are changing lives and transforming neighborhoods into balanced communities. And like I mentioned, I have the tremendous pleasure of working on introducing a superstar at the County Commission, someone who continues to advocate for the homeless, someone who continues to advocate for affordable housing in this community. Please help me in welcoming Commissioner Maria Sachs.
I tell Commissioner Flores, I'll follow him anywhere. I'm sure that was the way in the Army. Huh? I'll follow him anywhere. My name is Maria Sachs, and I'm so proud to serve with a veteran, such as Commissioner Flores, and under the leadership of a veteran, our new County Administrator, Joseph Abruzzo. Joseph, stand up. Everybody see you. Come on, come on, come on. I also have my daughter, Natasha, here, and she has located here in Palm Beach County. She was born and raised here, actually. And 2 amazing grandsons, Leonardo and Luca, who did the Pledge of Allegiance today. So it's all about family. It's all about family. The way I got into veterans issues is I graduated from high school, and my dad went to Vietnam. He was a World War II veteran. He was pretty old by that, Vietnam. But they wanted him over there to help the soldiers with PTSD. So I told my mom, I'm 18 years old, I'm going to Southeast Asia. She said, I'll pack your bags. So anyways, I was there in Karat, Thailand, at an Air Force military base, and I volunteered at the medical hospital there. And I saw I saw boys my age fly those jets, and one day I asked them, I said, where y'all going? Going to North Vietnam? And they said, no, we're going to Cambodia. I said, wait a minute, we're not supposed to be in Cambodia. And that's when I learned a lot about government. and I am government now. So it took me about 2 years till I would come back to the United States. These were difficult days and months and years for our veterans. And I understand that. So, and it's so funny, when a veteran gets ill or sick and they go in an ambulance or EMS picks them up, first thing they say is, take me to the VA. Go into the VA, you know? Why? Because veterans like to be with veterans. You understand each other. You don't even have to talk to each other, but you understand each other. And that's why this Village of Valor is so important. It's not just a housing project. This is a village of valor, of men and women who have served our country. And who else should we provide housing for than those men and women who are ready to give their lives? Can't we give them a place to live, a dignified place? I want to thank all those, and you know who you are, who put this together. This is the first of many. And I know those of us in the county commission, and those of us who work with the homeless, all of us together, because we are a village. And I'll end this with this statement that my dad said. He said, Maria, you never leave a man behind. We will not leave a soldier behind. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Thank you. I know I'm supposed to introduce the next speaker. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Mike. You're good.
Great job. Commissioner Sachs, one more time. I kind of wanted to get to the podium to have the honor of introducing this next gentleman. One of the first persons I met when I became a reporter here and wanted to connect with the veterans community and what he did. The founder of this all. None of this would be possible today without Mr. Roy Foster.
Thank you. Okay. You know, I have been the executive director of Faith of Love Charity in Stand Down since the inception. And that was 94, somewhere in that ballpark. And last year I said, okay, it's time to pass the torch. I guess what I'm getting at here is these speeches are not my forte, and someone else will get to take it over. That's where I am with this. But thank you all for coming out, and I do have some people that are a part of raising a village and being a part of my life here. I have my wife here. I have my granddaughter. I also have my great-grand, 4 of them sitting here. So this is what it's about. But there is also a dear friend that I need to recognize. A Gold Star mom is here. I would definitely like for you to acknowledge her. Kim? Okay, so why are we here? We're here because we've all become aware of the situation that we are challenged with our veterans and their return to U.S. soil. We're all very familiar with it. I'm inclined to believe that everyone in here either has a son, a daughter, a cousin, uncle, a nephew, a neighbor, everyone, whereas the tentacles simply doesn't stop moving out. So we all have a part in this. What are we doing? We started Stand Down in 2000. We were addressing the basic needs of our Vietnam veterans, our Korean War veterans. Those were the ones that were actually homeless and in desperate need of services. As for myself, when I went into the VA, we didn't have our VA hospital here. We only had the Miami hospital. But there were absolutely no services available upon my return from Miami to West Palm Beach. I had to either go into a halfway house, in which, if many of you are familiar with halfway houses, what it was basically about the dollar for the person being in. They made money, and you got to be in an infested environment, usually with addicts that are still trying to be addicts, and we're calling it a safe place. Wasn't really the case. Safe was not a part of it. It was simply a holding place. It was a learning place for you to learn how to be more effective, I would say, in being an addict or homeless is what it was. So in 2000 or 9/11, I was actually in the towers at the Palm Beach County Sheriff Office, where I actually was a part of the drug farm and the substance abuse program there. I was there when the planes hit the towers. What I did realize was things had to be different than they were when I came back. They had to be different. It couldn't be status quo. So upon seeing those planes going into the tower in the Pentagon, I went to my supervisor on that day and said, my resignation is in. At the end of the year, I'm out. Because there's work to be done. There's work to be done. And we have been actually doing this work from that point on. Now, has it all changed? Yes. Our older veterans or our Vietnam veterans now are aging out. Our younger veterans, Desert Storm, and all of the Iraq, they are now the ones that are more upfront at this point in time. But as was said, we learned to do many things in the military, and primarily it was to defend, to kill whatever was in front of you. The challenge of defending not only my brother and sister to my left and right, but defending oh, glory. And this is what we do. So how have we been doing this? We started with the Stand Down House. We started with 10 beds. We grew it to 49 beds. We then began to encounter the veterans or the National Guards. But of course, with Desert Storm, with no military base here, and Iraq, there was no military base, so all of our National Guards began to get tapped. And we have many National Guard entities around this area. So we are now being challenged with a situation whereas it's not simply male veterans anymore. We're challenged now with female veterans. We're challenged now with families, with kids. The whole nucleus is just blown up. It's a whole new game. So how did we attempt to address this? We actually began to partner even more with the VA. We started our SSVF program, which now, I would say on any given year, we would have placed into some kind of housing situation over 250 families in housing, right? But the process goes on beyond that, because if we get a contact today and it's a homeless veteran and they have kids and they are in a crisis situation, you know what? At that point in time, we are going to send a team out. We are going to rescue that family. We are going to get that family to a hotel. That family will not be on the street tonight. It won't happen. It will not happen. Also, we are also addressing the needs whereas the families, if they are in a safe place, we are going to work with them to get them into permanent housing. We're going to place them in the permanent housing, whether they're employed or not employed. We are going to assist them in getting livable wages or increasing their pensions, whatever it is for sustainability. If it takes us 6 months, if it takes us 2 years, guess what? No man left behind. We will not drop the ball on that family or that individual that's there. So how does this impact it all? Of course, there are many barriers that are out there for veterans. Many barriers. And one definitely being the inconsistency in being able to sustain their lifestyle or their home. So we have a great majority that has evictions. We have a big majority of them that have legal issues. And to speak on legal issues, you know, in Palm Beach County, we have a veteran court. Many of you don't know about that Veterans Court, but that court has been so effective. In fact, there's a couple of the original members of it. It has been so effective in giving us the opportunity to have charges that might have been felony charges diverted, sealed, whereas that veteran can move forward. If they meet the commitment of the court, they're not going to be labeled now with a felony charge. But we're still challenged with that housing situation. So what the village is going to do, the village is going to give us that flexibility, whereas as we see who the veterans that are most challenged, we will have the flexibility to figure out how are we going to address them, how are we going to meet their needs, how are we going to ensure that that pride, that dignity that they carried will be restored. We need that. We need that energy in them because we are still a part of the fabric of this country. And we need that energy in order to ensure that they will not walk away believing that I put my name on the line, I signed it in blood. Some came home, some did not. But guess what? I'm not alone. I'm not left alone. And I have a support that I know is reliable, is steadfast, and dependable. And this is you. This is you. You are the one that we rely upon, that we reach out to, because we can't do it alone. But we can all be successful in the mission. So we're moving forward with the Village of Valor. We're going to have the First Stop Resource Center in here, which is going to have the wraparound services that's involved in it, because you can take them out of a negative environment and put them in a safe space, but it really hasn't changed very much of the psyche of that which has been a major part in getting them in that situation. First Stop is where that takes place. This is where we're going to begin to address the issues. The basic issues, the core issues, the mental health issues, as we partner with the VA, as we partner with the Palm Beach County, as we partner with the community agencies out there, the churches. Again, it is a village that's going to break this cycle. It is a village that's going to empower. And we are, again, the village. So with the First Stop Resource Center, these things are all going to take place within there, and hopefully we will get it to a point where as we will have veterans that are in there and they are actually going to begin to purchase their own homes. They're going to begin to start their own jobs, companies. They're going to begin to say, I know what it takes for a veteran to maintain a job, so to have one working with me, I can relate. I can ensure that what he encountered today, I'm sensitive to it. I know about it. I understand it. So we can empower each other. That's what the village is. We're going to empower each other. We're going to do that for each other. And so my gratitude And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you that took the time out today to join us. And I would definitely be remiss with the county because I am so grateful, so thankful for what you all did. You understood. You got it. You nailed it. So again, thank you all for your time. And hopefully when we do this ribbon cutting, we will see you again. Thank you.
Hi. I'm Josh Maddock. I'm the Executive Director of Faith, Hope, Love Charity. Stand down. It is so great to be here today for this event. As many of you know, this has been a very long journey, but it's so great to see so many of our partners and our supporters here, because I want to speak on behalf of all of us that we want to, we have to, we need to end veteran homelessness in Palm Beach County. Now, Village of Valor won't by itself end veteran homelessness in Palm Beach County. We're not going to be able to house 250 families in it a year. But what it will do is bring over 50 2- and 3-bedroom affordable housing units to Palm Beach County, and that helps all of us. You know, as Roy was saying, 2 formerly homeless veterans started this agency, and they had a mission to make things better for the veterans coming up behind them. And in order to achieve that mission, they have to work with partners. And we have great partners at the VA, Palm Beach County, the Continuum of Care, the other agencies working with homeless, faith-based, other outreach groups in the community, and our team. And we provide, for our veterans, we're working towards sustainability in their housing. This means many different things. But first and foremost is the case management piece. And we provide case management to help to stand by our veterans, to stand side by side with them, to help them navigate the issues that they need in order to achieve sustainability in housing and to reintegrate into our community. I had to take a list because we provide a lot of services. We provide housing counseling services, rent and utility payment assistance, move-in cost assistance, relocation assistance, child care, transportation assistance, other services regarding housing needs and sustainability. We partner with Legal Aid of Palm Beach County to provide legal assistance to help our clients and residents overcome barriers to housing and employment. We provide assistance for those in need of increasing their benefits to achieve sustainability, because sometimes that's the only way for the veteran to achieve that sustainability. We work with the entire household on that income front because we want to make sure if the veteran can only count on benefit income, are there other ways to increase income in the household? And that's so critical. And that's a big part of what we'll be doing at the Village of Valor, is working with the whole family to make sure that they have the services and assistance that they need. Our shallow subsidy program, it's been a smashing success. It's 4 or 5 years old. It allows us the opportunity to pay half of the veteran's rent for 2 years without any income requirements. They just need to be eligible at the front end. So over the course of 2 years, they can increase their income. And we have had multiple veteran households graduate from that program into homeownership. We provide housing navigation services to help our clients identify housing that meets their needs. And we provide healthcare navigation to assist our clients with navigating healthcare systems both at the VA and in the community. You know, Roy was talking about how things were for him and when he was coming up. And I want to give a big shout out to the VA because I feel like they've been on that same path that we've been on in improving the services that are available and that are provided to homeless veterans. And we work hand in hand with them across the board, in addition to working with Palm Beach County Human Services, Continuum of Care, of course, Housing and Economic Development. We wouldn't be here without y'all. So, I said that the Village of Valor won't end veteran homelessness in Palm Beach County, but it will serve as a flagstone, as a flagpole, as a cornerstone, as a keystone, as a beacon of hope, so that we can continue the mission that Roy Foster started over 3 decades ago. Because we need to, we must, and we will end veteran homelessness in Palm Beach County. Thank you.
Well, my name is Kathy McKeno, and I was lucky enough to be asked by Roy Foster over a decade ago. Can you hear me okay? I'm not a very loud speaker. If I could help him bring his vision, this vision, to reality. Unbelievably, that was over 10 years ago. We purchased the land you're standing on in June of 2014. Everyone that knows me, this is something that Roy and I have in common. I do not like to speak, and it's something I'm not very good at. It's one of my least favorite things to do. My nerves get my throat to tighten. I feel like I'm being strangled right now. My voice is weak and shaky, but I promise you one thing. I'm not weak, or we wouldn't be here today. Because affordable housing development is certainly not for the weak at heart. So I'm going to give this my best shot because it's such an important story, not to mention important development. And I just want to say one more time, I couldn't be more honored to be a part of it. This has been a long road, but the pride I feel today is overwhelming. Let me start by saying I love quotes and inspirational sayings. I used to send them each day to my daughters and to many of my friends. My youngest daughter, Kaylee, who's here today, can attest to that. This morning, I thought this one might be appropriate, by Confucius. Confucius say, "It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop." That being said, I cannot thank all of you enough for being here today. It has been over 10 years of work bringing this vision or dream of Roy's to reality, and so many of you are here, made this day possible. Some of you have been here from the start, and I catch eyes with Jeff Bolton, Tammy Fields. Jonathan Brown is not here, but Jonathan, Carlos, really the entire group at Palm Beach County Housing and Economic Development, Fanny, Chanel, and Carmen. Definitely without you, we would not be here today. And then some of our newer to our partnership, like Shirley of the Delray Housing Commission and Delray Housing Group. Her entire board, they have been an absolute blessing to me and to this development. It's been a privilege to work and partner with you, Shirley. You see, it would have been easy to give up. Someone once told me, the easiest thing to say is, "I'm sorry." Back in 2014, 15, and 16, our financing approach was to use a HUD loan with the 4% bonds provided by Palm Beach County. With trying to make a very long story short, after 3 years, basically we were told by the lender that HUD just wants this to be residential. The supportive wraparound services component is really complicating things. If you just take that out, we can get this done. Then that's when it would have been easy to say to Roy, "I'm sorry, we can't build your vision." But we could have built at that time, because part of this really long story is that we used to own the 7.5 acres across the canal that they're building on right now. On the other, we could have built over 160 apartment units at that time. Financially, for me, and most likely for Roy, that would have been the best thing to do. But I remember saying to him, Roy, everything about your vision of Village of Valor is about creating a veteran community, not only where they can live, but where they are surrounded by support. Support for finding a job, for job training, for assistance with medical issues, financial support, even emotional and social support. The one word I remember Roy constantly mentioning to me was how important in his vision camaraderie was. That word may seem intangible, especially to a developer like me, but what I realized on this vision, it would be profound. Building a community where not only support services were provided, but where each resident has a feeling of closeness, of loyalty, of trust, through the experiences that they've shared and the situations they've been through. That is what we needed to accomplish. So needless to say, we forged on without HUD and moved to simply 4% credits with our constant partner throughout this project, Palm Beach County. Life has a way of testing our strength just when we see the end in sight. We have, over the last 10 years, we have experienced one obstacle after another. But persistence isn't about refusing to quit. It's about choosing to believe in our purpose. Even when the end is nowhere in sight, every achiever, every dreamer who's ever made a real difference, who's made an impact, has faced the same type of hurdles that we have faced. I wish I was better at this, you guys. I'm shaking so bad I can't even move. But the moments when the path feels steep, when every step forward feels like a battle, those are not signs to stop. Those are invitations to rise. You see, I feel like we experienced every imaginable obstacle through these past 10 years. Rising construction costs, a volatile equity market, rising interest rates, uncooperative lenders, even government shutdowns, not to mention a damn pandemic. Like, who goes through this? But looking back, every obstacle was not a roadblock, but a stepping stone. I look at the good that came from those obstacles. So many things come to mind. Being introduced to our newest partner, the Delray Housing Group, being able to partner with a new general contractor that cut $1 million out of our budget. Time led me to Megan Construction and the APB team. They came in at a time when costs were rising, and our previous contractor said there's nothing we can do. They came in and cut $1 million from the budget to once again allow us to move forward. Thank you. We grow strongest not in our victories, but in our struggles. The truth is, progress rarely comes in a straight line. Some days we feel we sprint and other days we crawl. But as long as we keep moving, no matter how slow, no matter how uncertain, we are still advancing. Every effort, each small push forward, compounds over time. The seed we plant today, through our persistence, may not bloom tomorrow, but it will in its own season. And today, when we put the shovel in the ground, today is the season of Village of Valor. So this one, I just want to end by thanking some very important people to me. I would not be here without my family. My husband, Mark, my youngest daughter, who is here, Kaylee, my children, my beautiful grandbabies at home. I wish mine got to be here, Maria. I want to thank them for allowing me the time away from them that it takes to do something like this. They say that a mother teaches her children how to love by living out her dreams. I really just want to thank them for allowing me to live out mine. One last thing is I don't know how many of you know Dr. C, but we lost a very important part of our team last year. And I know she's looking down on us. I worked with her for 10 years on this. And, these events are hard to plan with weather and wind or rain. So when I woke up this morning and seen that sun shining, I know that she's here. But thank you, everyone. Let me just say, I get to introduce this important lady, Miss Tammy Fields.
Thank you, Kathy, and thank you for the invitation. Yes, this has been a journey, and no matter what, our Board of County Commissioners, even when there's been change in our elected officials, have been there and supported this project from the beginning. And to the Housing and Economic Development staff, and I know our Community Services staff have always stayed and tried to come up with solutions, and one of them was working with the Housing Authority, so those solutions work. When I first came in, I wanted to pinch myself. First thing I did is I found Joshua and had to give him a hug. Then I found Kathy, had to give her a hug, because this project really means a lot in our community. And so Administrator Abruzzo, and as it was mentioned, he is a veteran himself. He's been a busy man today, so he had to step out, but his commitment is here. So Palm Beach County is investing $4,300,000 in housing bond loan funds and another $2 million in Neighborhood Stabilization Program funds to make this project happen. And that is really... That continued support is really attributable to our Board of County Commissioners. As was mentioned, this is community built with intention. It's centrally located. We've seen buses going by. We're on bus routes. And that service is what is so important. And not only for veterans, but whenever we're dealing with the homeless, if we just say, here, stay in a hotel for a couple of nights, and then you're supposed to leave afterwards, that approach doesn't work. So having those services is really important, and having them right here on the grounds, 10,000 square feet, if I'm not mistaken, just to be able to support. So I want to take a moment to thank every veteran that is here today. You being here shows the need and the support for this project. So thank you for being here, and thank you very much for your service. And I'm going to get a little bit personal. I'm the daughter of a World War II veteran who served at 17 years old on the front lines of the Battle of the Bulge. As a result, I saw the struggles, and they affected my family growing up. I wish Stand Down was here when he came home, because he didn't have the services available. So thank you for being able to serve our current veterans and our future veterans.
Wow. My name is Jack Hall. I'm a disabled American veteran. And it's kind of funny how life takes a turn, because I got out in 1979 is when I got out. When everybody was getting trench foot and jungle rot, things like that, I got frostbite. Sometimes you go places where you just got to go. I'm not going to get into all that. It was a Cold War kind of era. I'm not getting into all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to say this. You people are here for one reason and one reason only. You care. Or you wouldn't be here, none of you. There's a battle going on right now, not in a foreign land, not in a foreign country, on American soil for survival for our veterans. I'm a graduate of Stand Down. They've been there for me frontwards and backwards. I mean, I go into the jungle, I go into places with Narcan, sleeping bags, MREs, and I track veterans. I hunt them down. Yes, I do. That's the truth. But the whole point is somebody's got to. I'll take them to a VA, I'll take them to a VSO, I don't care where I got to take you to. But I'm not going to let you just stay there and where you're at. I don't care. You know, and even when my vehicle broke down, full of sleeping bags and tents, oh yeah, it broke down, I had to get a U-Haul, stuff like that. Stand down and said, hey, did we ever give you any money to help get your vehicle fixed? I said, no. Here you go. It's broke down several times since then, but anyway. My whole point is this, you know, I look at it like this. Veterans wrote a check to the United States government. Everybody here and everybody in America is still spending that check. But the veterans are still paying for it. I mean, everything from disability, drugs, alcohol, I mean, and it just snowballs. Divorce, in and out of jail. I mean, it just snowballs from there. And the worst one is suicide. So what you people are doing right here, this ain't a hand out. It's a hand up. And I was talking to Ms. Sachs earlier about having something changed. So it doesn't matter who you are or where you're at. If a police or a sheriff or somebody comes up to you, John Doe, Jane Doe, don't matter. Are you a veteran? And if you're a veteran, let's take you out of this situation right here and let's get you hooked up with a VSO. Because it doesn't matter who you are. What's going to happen is that's going to save paperwork, courts, time, sheriff's department. I mean, repeat offenses, man hours, investigating, all of this stuff. That money gets to stay in the county where it belongs for other projects. Because the VA already has stuff in line that does PTSD. They do housing. They do all the drug and rehab. They do all of this. We have to put a safety net underneath my veterans, and I call them my veterans. Do you need a job? Do you got PTSD, drug, alcohol? Do you have food at your house? Are you behind in your electricity or your rent or your mortgage? Do you need daycare so you and your wife can work? We need to put a safety net underneath our veterans and their families. And I mean, I'm not just talking here, I'm talking United States, all the way across America. Well, we got to get some laws. I don't know how to do legislation. I don't know how to do any of this stuff works. I just know that you people are here and you care. And you're the ones that are going to make a difference. Because you're much more wiser about this stuff than I am. I'm just a guy that goes into the woods with a bag of Narcan and the Word of God. And I'll pray for them, and I go in there with MREs, except for I ran out of MREs. So if anybody knows I can get some, let me know. I mean, but other than that, you know, if it wasn't for veterans, America wouldn't be here. Thank you.
Good afternoon. What a hell of a day. 11 plus years in the making, and we're here. Roy, we made it, brother. We made it. My name is Bruce Chiarello, and as you see in the program, I'm with the company BMC Consulting, but I'm also the president of the executive board. I've been with this organization for over 20 years. The late Dr. Crockett brought me in. What a special woman. She has cleared the sky for us today to do this groundbreaking. A guardian angel for Stand Down, Faith, Hope, Love, Charity. Every day, us Americans makes today and every day proud to be an American because of what we're doing. And it's because of our veterans that we're able to do what we're doing today. The land of the free, the home of the brave. And there's no country like it. I don't care where you go, and I've traveled the world. There's no country like the United States of America. There have been some comments about the green initiative on this project. My company is doing the green certification for this with the Florida Green Building Coalition pro bono. We're taking care of it. We're going to get it done. I'm going to be on this construction site as often as I can. Make sure things are going well with Kathy and the rest of her team to make sure our veterans are getting a quality product, because we're not going to accept anything less. This is for our veterans, and they deserve the best because they give us the best every day. Today we transition from inspiration to action, and that action is a groundbreaking to watch the concrete grow out of the ground to make these buildings become reality. Our supporters, many of you are here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This could not be done without you. To our dignitaries and all of our political individuals that are here today, thank you so much for your support with Palm Beach County and beyond. It means the world to us that you're here, that you supported us, been through the thick and thin, trying to get us this financing. It is a heartfelt thank you that today is happening. So we are a charity, we are a 501c3, and we're always asking for donations. So today, if you can, even though we realize it is the holiday season, but what a better season to give to an organization like Stand Down. You can text it, Village of Valor, to 44321. Everything counts, and believe me, everything counts. It all adds up at the end of the day. The advisory board of FHLC and Stand Down and the executive board have been working tirelessly, along with Roy, the development team, to make this vision a reality over the last number of years. And it is absolutely incredible that we are here today to celebrate this. This is a pure celebration of a victory for our vets. I am not a vet myself, but I come from a family of veterans. My late brother went through this program and graduated. So this is personal. So again, thank you.
What a program. Now you know the emotion behind everything, because it has been a long time coming. And give yourselves another round of applause and everybody that spoke today. But what is the ceremony we're having? The groundbreaking ceremony. So now it's time to have the groundbreaking ceremony. It's right over there. Everybody who's supposed to grab a shovel and do that, we're going to all head over there for that photo opportunity, and let's get things kicked off. Thank you so much for coming, ladies and gentlemen.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you for watching PBCTV Presents. For more information on county programs and services, please visit pbc.gov. This has been a presentation of your Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners.